Welcome everybody. Welcome to Hard Time Real Talk. This is episode 5. I have a very special guest, a good friend of mine. I'm going to welcome him in a second. I met him a long time ago. He's from South Boston. I'm going to let him tell his story, but we've been doing good so far. I just want to say I appreciate all the support that we've received. I kind of had some unrealistic expectations, but the last episode did very well, and I just want to say I appreciate all the support and everybody that's jumped on board of the Hard Time Real Talk community. But my friend here he's from South Boston, like I already said. He's got a real good story. He started writing a book. I've read some of it, so I know that he's been through the ringer, and there's a very good reason why I wanted to bring him on this podcast. So I'm going to let him share a little bit about himself, growing up in South Boston, and what it was like for him. So Brian, go ahead. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Brian Campbell, also known as Soupy. I grew up in Old Harbor Projects in South Boston. I was, I don't know, everything was all right until my teenage years, really. And gone to a lot of fights, like regular little kid shit. But when I was 16, I ended up getting into a huge fight on New Year's Eve, and I ended up stabbing 2 people. And I got tried as an adult, and I got 2.5 years on and after, 3 years probation time. I don't remember, it was so long ago, but it ruined my whole entire life, to say the least. I was just a little kid up there, 97 South Bay wasn't what it is now. It was a lot different,
That's where you went? You went to South Bay?
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just like a little kid up there, I didn't really know much, and like I had kind of a problem with an older kid from Southie, because when we were kids, he kind of bullied me. He was like 20, I was like 13, and I stabbed him. It was like the first person I stabbed, and he was there. So I didn't really know what was going to happen when I went in, so, because I'd never been to jail before. I never really got in trouble.
BB?
Yeah. And
he's no longer with us.
Yeah. God rest his soul. But nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went there, and I don't know, it was just, once I hit the block, I remember hearing Campbell under the door, and like it just took all that nervousness right out of me, and then when like Rec came out, it was like everybody from the projects I grew up with, really, like I didn't know they were there, I wasn't really hanging in South Boston at the time. I was like just doing my own thing.
It was definitely a different time up there.
Oh yeah.
There was definitely a lot of guys from all the neighborhoods in Boston. Because I went up there around 99, 2000. And from Nashua Street, which you would think it would kind of be like the same.
Yeah.
There's only 1 or 2 white guys per block. But once you get to South Bay, there would literally be 30, 40 white dudes on a block. And to explain the blocks on South Bay at this time, the 3 building had 180 people on the block.
3 guys to a room.
3 guys to a cell, which is illegal. 64 cells, 3 guys to a cell. The corner cells were 2 men, but you had guys from East Boston, Charlestown, Dorchester, South Boston, Hyde Park, Roslindale, what's the other one out there? West Roxbury. And you had a bunch of guys from every neighborhood. So you had kind of a safety net of feeling. Whatever neighborhood you were from, there was guys from that neighborhood that were there and looked out for you. Yeah. Am I right?
Absolutely, yeah. And then, like, I say this in my book. This guy, Jimmy Morganelli, he's dead now. God rest his soul. But, like, he kind of taught me how to do time, like, all the rules, like, no skinners, no Celties, rats, like, the regular rules being in there. But
I was thinking of, when I said that, I was thinking of Jimmy Llewellyn.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Who passed the day he got out for some reason. I knew Jimmy. Jimmy ran the Long Island stabilization.
Oh, he did?
No, that was Richie.
Yeah,
that was Richie, right?
That was the brother. Yeah.
That was the brother. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jimmy kept doing bids. And
Yeah.
I did a bid with him later, and he was totally lost his mind. But anyway, back then he was good. I mean, I love him to death. God rest his soul. He was a very good friend of mine my whole life, his whole life. But I tried, like, they used to have a boot camp you could do, and you would get early parole, So
guaranteed the parole.
Yeah. But mine didn't guarantee because my crime was too violent, even though it was my first offense. So everybody went home except for me. I went to state minimum. I went to Plymouth Forestry, and I thought I was gonna have a problem there too, because the kid that I stabbed, his partner Timmy was there, but Timmy was like my friend.
Timmy's not built like that.
Yeah, when I came, he had a package for me and shit. Like, it was good, He's one of my good friends to this day. Also.
Shout out to Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy Shrewan.
He got a raw deal.
Yeah.
He's a good friend. He's a good friend of mine, and it sucks what happened to him. Rats will get you. He took care of a kid his whole life, raised him almost like a son, and the kid turned around and basically gave him a life sentence, which is so fucking unfortunate. People are just really fucked up. Some really fucked up people in this world.
Right.
But I'm sorry, kid.
No, that's all right.
But you were at Plymouth Forestry.
Oh, Plymouth Forestry. And then wait, go back a minute. My fault.
Let's circle back, because you kind of skipped over. I know it's hard when you're telling the story.
Yeah.
But you got into a lot of it in your book. Your book was very well written.
Thank you.
It really was, and so I kind of want the viewers to kind of get an idea of how you broke things down of the environment in South Bay, but also even the environment growing up in South Boston.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if we can, let's get into the environment growing up as a kid in South Boston.
South Boston, when I was a kid.
In Old Harbor,
yeah,
Mary Ellen's.
Old Harbor. They're tearing it down now. I wish they wouldn't, but
Are they?
yeah.
I thought it was
historical, but they all signed off on it. I mean, it's gonna look better, but still, I get sad when I drive by and see it all broke up, But
well, they did it, and this comes into a political thing. They did it to break up our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Our neighborhoods were tight knit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
South Boston, Charlestown, and they, when there's togetherness, when there's strength in that.
Yes.
There's strength in our neighborhoods, and they wanted to get rid of that. You know what I mean?
It was like forced busing with the project.
Right, and that's where it started.
Yes.
And then it turned into, integrating the projects, and let's go into that. And
yeah.
what it was like growing up during.
So Old Harbor was all white people. There was nothing else but white people. Like, you could walk in anybody's apartment at any time, and be safe. Like if you're getting chased by the cops, you could run in anybody's apartment. They'd change your clothes, dude. Like, it was like everybody was like a tight knit community, My whole family was in there. All my aunts had their own apartment, so.
And you knew where everyone lived. Like,
yes.
If you pointed to an apartment, you knew who lived there.
Yeah. It was
right?
just, it was awesome, And then the only one kid, we got one black kid that came in, Kamani, Washington. He's actually in jail forever now.
He's the one. I know Kamani Washington is.
Yeah.
He was involved in the Mattapan.
Yes. He was the only black kid to grow up with us. He was a great kid, though.
I know Dwayne Moore. I know him very well.
Yeah.
We spoke about him on Bean Shooter podcast I just did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that's another story for another day. That's funny.
Yeah, he's the only one that grew up with us. And he ended up robbing banks and doing stuff that we did when he got older.
There's always that. There's always that one.
Yeah, like Irv.
Token family. They had Irv, but we also had the Egglestons. It was a whole family. Black Billy and Walter, and they had a whole family. Kyle.
I was with Irv in Plymouth Forestry right there. Actually, Jerry Sullivan. There was a bunch. Danny Fairley.
Yeah.
Who else?
He died trying to swim.
Yes.
Trying to swim
In a
from-
hot, wasn't it a hot box?
He
dove
got
out of
chased.
town?
He jumped off from the East Boston side. We're in the Navy Yard in Charlestown, right on the water. And Danny, R.I.P., tried to swim from East Boston to Charlestown, to right here, to where we're at. And it was in the winter. And it looks close,
Yeah.
but in the winter
no.
when that water's cold, you're not doing it.
Actually, Jimmy Morganelli swam from the old Dare Island to East Boston on an escape before. That's
could
a
do it during the
serious
summer.
swim, dude.
You could do it depending on the water temperature.
Yeah, right. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, depends what kind of, not at this age.
Yeah.
Depends what kind of shape you're in.
Right. All right. So back to Old Harbor growing up. I don't know. It's crazy. So I'm writing a book, and every time I write something, everybody's dead. So
Yeah.
after I say the name, I gotta be like, they're not with us no
R.I.P.
more. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and it's crazy because like there was no heroin in South Boston when I was a kid. Like it
Right.
wasn't allowed.
Mhm.
Like I think Whitey didn't let that shit in because he
No.
knew what it did. You know what I mean?
Same thing in Charlestown.
For all the shitbag shit that they say about him, I
With-
mean,
with-
he didn't let heroin in the neighborhood.
With John Houlihan and that crew. Whitey went on the run about the same time that that crew got taken down.
And then
But
heroin
neither
flooded.
neither one of them allowed heroin into
That's a fact.
each neighborhood. But afterwards, after they left, that's when heroin became.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because we've had an opioid epidemic in Charlestown, in South Boston, since then. Since that
Exactly.
happened.
Since he left in '95.
But there hasn't been a so-called opioid epidemic until people of green, have had this argument so many times in holes and segregations with people saying that, they care about white people, but it's not. They care about green.
Right.
That's the only thing that matters. People with money and people with affluence, once they started dying, people in Wellesley and Newton and
Yes, that's when it's a epidemic.
that's when it became an epidemic. When people with money and their children started dying, then there was an opioid epidemic. Because we've had an opioid epidemic here for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, so, what was I?
You growing up, you kind of explained that in 95,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
97, kind of when Whitey went on the run, there was no heroin. You were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
how everybody in your book basically has died, a whole generation.
Yeah,
wiped
it's
out.
crazy. Like whole families, like it's
Mhm.
terrible. Like it's making me sad right now thinking about all my friends. Like everybody I grew up with in Old Harbor are all gone. For the most part, there might be five people out of, I'm talking hundreds, like 50, 100 people, like are all gone. See, before I went to jail, I would never do heroin. Like, it was around a little tiny bit, because I went in 97. So there was them 2 years when it first started coming, but I heard shit like it took over your body. I'd never try it. But my first time trying it was in South Bay,
Right.
actually, and with Jeff Houlihan,
Mhm.
God rest his soul.
R.I.P. Yeah.
And I hated it. I actually hated it. It made me sick. I was like, what the fuck are people talking about this for? You know what I
But
mean?
you get out and
You broke the ice.
but you see also that, but you see all your friends are strung out, but everybody in Southeast on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every time I got out, I would see a whole new group of people
Exactly.
that you would never think would do it.
that's what happened.
Doing
All
it.
Bow Colony was strung out
You know what I mean?
and taking OCs. OCs were
Yeah.
like, what's fucked up about OxyContin is like regular people take pills. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They're not going to do heroin. They didn't know they were doing heroin in a pill form. You know what I mean? Until it's too late. And then there's no oxygen
You're
around. What are you
spending
going
all
to
this
do?
money.
You're sick.
Spending
That's
all
what happened
this
to my
money.
kid's mother.
I
God
never
rest
did
her
it,
soul.
and I would say to my
Jessica
friends,
Linehan.
Yeah, go ahead, talk about her.
I'll cry.
Okay. I would say he's wasted all this money, spending all this money on OCs, and I went straight to heroin because I just thought it was much smarter. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
didn't have the money to buy OCs. And
Yeah, right. That's what happened. So when I got out from that first time, they ended up giving me the early parole a couple months early. because I asked for reconsideration when I was in Plymouth Forestry. And but then I got out, and since I broke the ice with the heroin, I would do it on the weekends, you know. And I had my daughter at the time. She was born when I was in jail. So now I got like a, I don't know, maybe two-year-old, a little older, you know. And I remember my parole officer, if I started off living with my mother in Quincy, and my parole officer gave me 2 weeks to get a job, or he said he was sending me back, like, and he wasn't lying, you know. So I remember I got a job at like the Burger King up the street from my house, and my uncle used to come in the morning before he was going to paint, and he gave me a job. He's the one who got me started with the painting. Yeah, that's what I do. I was in the painters union for years, you know, and that's just it's what I'm good at. You know what I mean? It's like I could do just about everything, but painting is like my thing.
The only skill.
Yeah, my only real skill. You know, but all right. So I'm getting high on the weekends now, a little bit here and there, and then the winter came, and
at some point, obviously getting high became a problem and turned into destruction in your life.
Oh yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And I would like to know at what point that happened, where it became an issue, and bad things started happening in your life.
Yes. So all right. So I started. I was always selling stuff like ecstasy, cocaine, you know, like, and then heroin a little bit, you know. I wasn't like doing it every day, like, but it did become every day, you know. And then I remember my first time being sick. Kind of didn't know what was going on, you know. I heard about it, but I didn't really know, you know. And I remember every bone in my body hurting because it was different, like heroin, than it is to fentanyl today,
right,
you know.
Right.
And I remember, like, then I got a bag and did it, like, and I was completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was just crazy. My mind was like, oh my God, I'm fucked, you know. And then it just, I started just robbing everybody, all the drug dealers.
How am I gonna maintain this every fucking day?
Yeah, it got bad. Anything that I did, like, well, back then, it was just like, I used to drive people shoplifting, like, or I'd let, like, B for Mikey Davis take my car.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, like, how I stayed high then for a little while. But then I started hanging with Sean Folletti, God rest his soul. So even though he did some bad stuff to me, I forget what he's gone.
He did some bad shit to you.
Yeah, but yeah. So
you're not the only.
We did so we went to rob this Dominican drug dealer, and he was like, I got this one too, because I did the last two, you know. So I'm like, all right, I'm in the car, and he gets out, jumps in the car, and all I hear is Soupy, like him yell for me, you know. So I get out, run out, and this big, huge Dominican dude comes up and pulls a knife up on me, and I have like the Home Depot razor knife, and I pull the razor out, and the fucking razor went flying off like a fucking boomerang. But I didn't know it, so I had like a shirt, I wrapped it around my hand and tried to fight him, and I had flip-flops on. I backpedaled a couple times, and he stabbed me, went right through my arm into my back. That was the first time I ever got stabbed. But then Sean saved my life. The dude turned the knife in his hand while I was on the ground. He was gonna murk me, and Sean smashed his car into the pole. So we stopped what he was doing, went and got his car. Then we got back in my car with Sean driving, and we went to BMC. And I'm in the back getting stitched up, and I guess he stabbed the Dominican dude in the hand in the car. So he came to BMC, him and Sean started fighting.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I had told them that I got jumped from my sneakers, because I went in there with no sneakers on, stabbing. And they came in, the cops came in and like threw my flip-flops at me, like, fuck you, kid, you know. I was like, oh. So
I mean, that's surprising with Dominican. I guess it depends what type of Dominican you get.
Yeah.
If you get the type of Dominicans that just have,
they usually just give it right up.
yes, I mean that's the ones that like I've came across. You know, I've never really dealt with ones that are really gonna fight back like that. So
I had this, so
But there are ones. I know there are some Dominicans out there that are
absolutely that are about it. But so at this time I had so many dope dealers, right? I kept trying to get sober. Going to detox, and I had this bright, junky idea, like, if I rob all my dealers, no one will deal with me. I have to stop.
Right,
you know?
right. You know what? You're not the only one.
Yeah, so I did it. So I just started robbing all of them, you know? And then I ended up getting arrested. Actually, shitbag move. My daughter was little. She was in the car with me. I hate even saying this, but it happened. And I knew,
only fucking person.
I knew I'd be sick in the morning, so I stopped to get something. And the dude threw it in, and I knew the cops behind us. I told him not to, but he didn't understand English too well. He knew. Got himself out of trouble, you know? I pulled out the cops around me, arrest me. And that's when I went back to...
You were still on parole?
I was still on parole. And I had got this really bitch of a parole officer at Suffolk Superior. And
probation.
That's
probation.
Was it probation?
Suffolk Superior would be probation.
Oh, yeah. Probation officer. I was off parole, so probation. So I moved to Salem for a couple of months with my friend Ed and his girlfriend, and to get out of that PO, because she wanted urines, wanted to do all type of shit, and I was a mess by then, you know? And so I was in Salem for a couple of months, then I get a whereabouts unknown, then I got this new case, sent me to Nashua Street, I bailed out, I went to fucking Middleton, which is a whole different breed of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not saying nothing bad about them, it's just different, you know? So I was there. Remember, I was in the tank down the bottom. They would say the same thing
about us.
Yeah, I'm not talking shit at all. I love a lot of them guys, you know? But, so I was there. I was in the tank down the bottom. These dudes are there for bail reduction. I'm there for a probation surrender hearing. They sent me back with them, but there was this big dude. His name was Smitty. He was from Salem. And he grabbed this lawyer by the tie and, like, pulled him up. He was, like, nuts kind of, you know? And I had been up for 3 days. My eye was cockeyed. Like, it was bad. We get back to Middleton, and we're sitting there, and he's like, yo, where are you from? I'm like, what? I'm like, South Boston. And he's like, said I talk like I have sugar in my tank. I was like, excuse me? I said, I don't fucking know you. And he's got a wig on his fingers, like, you want to get serious? I goes, we're getting serious, right? And so I tied my sneakers up, went up to his cell, locked it behind me. I just ran at him and headbutted him as hard as I could until I got the scar on my face right here, over my eye. And then he, like, picked me up over his head. This dude's huge. Gunned me off the butcher block, came sliding down, and then we a couple more punches. Then I bit him or something. And I'm like, is it over? And he didn't answer, so I hit him with a straight right. And he's like, it's over. So then we cleaned the blood off each other, you know. It was all right. The runners gave us new uniform.
Did you end up all right after?
I ended up going to a different unit. He didn't leave his cell for 2 weeks because he had 2 black eyes and a broken nose. But after that, like, then everybody wanted me to be in their gang. All the Spanish people, everything. It was so weird because I never had to deal with that, you know. I'm like, no, I don't do that shit. You know, I'm just a solid white kid from Southie. That's it. That's all I knew. They didn't have gangs in South Bay, you know. Yeah. You were either solid or you weren't, and you didn't stay on the block. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, they had hoods and shit.
Yeah, hoods. They had gang hoods, but not white.
Right.
You know what I mean? The white guys were like, we from Charlestown, South, East Boston. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm a Crip from South Boston. You know what I mean? That didn't happen back then. But so then I'm in Middleton. Oh, I go to court after 2 weeks, and I'm downstairs, and my lawyer comes down. He's like, yo, you got 2.5 suspended. I'm going to give you the 2.5. There's nothing I can do. I'm like, can you get me to Suffolk County, please? You know?
Yes.
So they're like, I'll try. So he comes down, he says, yeah, we're going to get you to Suffolk County. So I go up for sentencing. Judge Bernstein was the judge. God rest. I know. He's not, I don't know if he's dead, but he's not there no more. He retired. But he ended up seeing how old my case was, and he gave me a year to serve and revoked the remainder of my probation and agreed to send me to South Bay. So I felt like I hit the lottery.
Yeah,
I just got a year I'm like thanking everybody, like DA, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, you know? Then I get down, they put me in the tank with everybody that's getting shipped to different counties. Then they call my name to go on the block. I'm like, what? I'm like, no, he's making a mistake, you know what I mean? I was like, it's on my mitt, read it. So they wrote it on the bottom of my mitt, and it was supposed to be on the top. So yeah, I never went to South Bay. I went back to the sentencing block. Like I was gonna fight the team, thinking about it in my head, but I'm like, there was a kid Joey Allen there from Gloucester, a good friend of mine to this day.
Stuck here.
He was like, they're not gonna ship you to South Bay even if you do. I was like, all right, fuck it. And but it was all right. I met some good dudes. But I went to the drug block. They passed around a piece of paper to go to Longwood. It was like a program at the boot camp.
I got class there.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you go?
I didn't make it there.
Yeah, it was actually not a bad
there,
stop,
yeah.
dude.
I was in Bridgewater.
Yeah, they shipped. We probably would have been there together because it wasn't there that long.
This was 2001.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same exact time. Yeah, we would have been there. Actually, that's where I see Jimmy Morganelli again.
Mm-hmm.
And met a bunch of good dudes there. But I had so many open cases at that time. I wanted to go to Lawrence Farm, you know? So when I got to the boot camp, I had all the speedy trials in, and they got them all done. I finished it and went back to Middleton and went directly to Lawrence Farm. So Lawrence Farm was great back then. You know, you could smoke cigarettes. I think they might have stopped smoking, but they were still there at the time, you know? But I remember I was in Plymouth Forest when they stopped smoking, though. We were burying bags of tobacco in the forest for months because we knew it was happening, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's definitely still tobacco in them woods.
Where are you at in your book now? Have you finished it?
No, I am. I was thinking about making a 2-part book, honestly, because I'm at the part right after I got stabbed in my chest. That time. So
in
2010.
Or
No, wait. Yeah, when was that? 2016.
It was right around the time I got out of state prison. So I think it's closer to 2017, at the end of 2016.
Yeah, because the beginning I got home invaded.
Because I just got out.
I got home.
I just got out, and I remember that was when, I was at the Dorchester.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Mikey, my roommate, Dad.
Yeah.
I really don't bring that up much.
No.
You know what I mean? I just don't want to deal with. But I'm still friends with Mike, obviously. But
Yeah,
obviously,
great.
so
Awesome.
I heard. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm over there, so I'm gonna hear.
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
all.
So I remember when that happened.
We were all close.
Yeah.
Like, grew up with Mikey and
Great
Paco and all
fucking
that. You know
kid.
what I mean?
Yeah. Have you spoken to any publishers or anything?
No, not yet.
But I really definitely think that it's so well written.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So what happened there with the home invasion?
Oh, wait a second. First the farm. Go back to the farm.
Because we're at 28 minutes. We probably got 50 minutes tops so we got 20 more minutes.
All right.
So we probably
I gotta say this because it's the first time I smoked crack was in jail too. So first time I did heroin in jail. First time I smoked. I was raking in the Essex Street projects, working for Lawrence Housing Authority, and I flipped over a bag of chips and there was 28 20s of crack in it. I never smoked crack. Yeah, I never smoked crack before. Brought it back to the farm with me, dude.
That was the stash.
Yeah.
That was the stash. Soupy found the stash. Somebody was really. Soupy got a score right at the time, but somebody was really upset.
Oh, definitely. I brought it back to the farm with me, man, and that's when I first did dope at the farm again, and I traded it, and then I was smoking crack on like a can. It wasn't doing that. I'm like, this shit sucks. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. And then somebody brought me in the bathroom and was like, do it like this.
Right.
I had to go in my room and like, what the fuck? Yeah.
We've had I remember we were all in Concord in East Down, Shrewhand. We had a nice crew down there in East Down, and this kid came in with like 1050s of crack, and we bought it all. And what's funny is the cop, Sergeant Arenas, he didn't do a round all night. He didn't do a round all fucking night, which he knew. He just seen mounds of smoke coming out our cell and seen us all in there and knew we were up to no fucking good. And I tapped out. I literally smoked so much crack, and I was a crackhead for real. Let me fix this. And I cause I was in the middle. It was my cell. I didn't even buy any of it, but I was in the middle of each person, so everyone that bought some
had to go through you?
Yes.
Yeah.
They took a hit, I took a hit. They took a hit, I took a hit. They took a hit, I took a hit. So I literally got to the point where I was like, I'm out of here. and I remember coming out the cell.
In jail, I'm out of here.
I remember coming out the cell. Well, I'm out of the fucking cell, right?
That's funny.
I can only go so far. And I came out the cell, and there was just so much smoke. Sorry about this blur. There was just so much smoke. Some of the things that I've, you think, but some of the things like I've had that's happened in the joint where I've sat there and just, me and Sean Mack one time fucking had just, this kid just had this crack, he couldn't do anything with it, and he just gave it to us, and it was just so much, it was like an 8-ball, and we were just sitting there, we had a set of works, and we were just shooting, we had lemon juice,
vinegar.
We had the fucking, the Crystal Light.
Oh yeah.
We had the Crystal Light packs, and we were just sitting there and just gunning fucking crack and smoking crack, and it was just crazy. It was like, look, we're in the joint, and we're just having a free-for-all.
Yeah, the whole farm smelled like crack, and everybody knew. The superintendents had a big meeting in the cafeteria about it. Like, we know there's drugs here and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. Then they started urinating me every other day because somebody told on me, and I had a habit. I kept
Did you get lugged back?
Yeah, but I had 3 days left to wrap up. I didn't really care,
Mm-hmm.
They came and arrested me on my job site. It was like a new arrest. They brought me back. They tried to get me to snitch. And they said, we're gonna send you to Ludlow. I said, I'm from South Boston. I goes, Ludlow, Middleton, it's all the same fucking thing to me, dude. I don't know how I'm getting home anyway.
It's not a fun time, but I got shipped to Ludlow.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But what are you gonna do? You still carry yourself the right way.
Yeah, you can go anywhere.
You're gonna have to handle your business wherever the fuck you go, and once you do, people are gonna respect you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to do it there, just like I had to do it in South Bay, in Billerica, and Concord, and Walpole, and Shirley Max, and every other joint I've been to. So it wasn't no different than anywhere else. You just don't have your homeboys around.
Yeah. That's in Dedham. So then I ended up in Dedham later in life. I've been there. So I tried, anytime I moved somewhere to try to get clean, I went to that house of correction. You know what I mean? I've been to Plymouth. I've been to the mall except for Billerica and Dartmouth, Ludlow.
I was in the old Billerica.
Yeah, I know.
This thing's on one battery. I must have overcharged it. I'm gonna guess we have about 15 minutes.
All right, what do you want me to get to?
So.
Am I stabbing?
2016, yeah.
All right,
let's get to the records. The bad things that happen if you continue to use.
All right.
Because this podcast is about information. I want to get guests on here that have information and that have experience with good things, bad things, and different things. And my friend here has had some bad shit happen to him. And I'm going to get into some things that happen when you live the life. And he's going to get into a couple things that has happened to him.
So
where he's lucky to be alive.
So the first thing was I was in a hotel room in a Midtown Hotel, and the guy I was with had $265,000 in cash. He got an inheritance, and
this in the Back Bay, South End.
Yes, and then security, I believe, set us up because so they come in. The money's in a different room though, in the safe. So the kid I'm with opens the safe. God rest his soul, he's gone. But I had $1,000 in my pocket. I worked all week, and they asked for my money, and I said no, So the dude pushed the gun to my back, and I thought I was Jet Li for 2 seconds, and turned around and tried to like spin.
Right.
And I pushed him up to the glass and tried to push his finger on the trigger, but it was either a fake gun, I don't know.
Or the safety was.
Or the safe something, I don't know. I got hit in the back of the head with a tying iron, then the gun off the face, tying iron, gun. I made it to the door, and I kicked like a hole in the wall. It's kicking the door, and finally they ran out. And I went to the front desk covered in blood. I had to call a fucking taxi to take me to the fucking hospital. They didn't call the police or nothing. So they definitely, yeah, I ended up suing them. I sued them. I got 20 grand. I could have got more. I just had a shitbag lawyer at the time. And then I got my lawyer, Robert Constantino, great lawyer. He's my lawyer right now for a couple of things. But, all right, that happened. And then I started dating this girl, Jocelyn, and we were in Boston, and I was just it started off, I was in Lawrence, and I just started robbing everybody in Lawrence. Like, they had this one guy, his name was Brian, and he had 1,000 runners. Every time he went, it was a different runner, you know? So they stopped meeting people in SUVs, stopped picking up 617 numbers, all because of me, you know? Then I get to Boston and just continued on the same thing. I think within a matter of about 45 days, I probably robbed like 15, 20 people, you know?
Yeah.
But the last one, it wasn't even for much, it was for like 2 grams, but I embarrassed him, then I slapped him in the forehead with my knife. And he came back, and nobody in the house had known that I did it, except for one person that was in the back, and he was their dealer, so they let him in, and they came in, and I was in the back, and the dude just went to work on me, you know? And I immediately went to shock, and like I couldn't throw my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with Mikey Reardon, and I'm like, Mikey, hit him with something. So Mikey grabbed the lamp and cracked him with the lamp. Yeah, and he ended up running out. But I had already been stabbed 10 times, you know? So during that, the whole time of robbing people and stuff, I've been stabbed 5 different times, you know? Like, and that's what's crazy. Like, but this time, like, I got stabbed 10 times, twice in my heart, like 2 times in the left ventricle, and I literally died for a minute. The girl I was with, like, what should I do? I'm like, get me a cooker. Really, and honestly, it saved my life, the doctor said, because I did that, and I shot dope right after, and it stopped it slowed down all the blood, because I literally put my sneakers off and dumped blood out of them. I was going, you know? And I'm like, call my mother, tell her I love her, all this. And then the ambulance come. I don't remember none of it except for my, like I don't know, soul, spirit, like left my body for a second. Like, and I could feel like one of the EMT workers like wanted me to die. I think it was his first. He just wanted a drug addict to die on the job, and I could feel that. And the other dude was real sad. I could like feel their feelings. It was the craziest thing. And the other dude, I seen him working on me, and I just got sucked right back in. And then the next thing you know, I'm getting woken up by the cardiologist operating on my heart. So when they operate on your heart, if they can keep you awake, they wake you up, because you'll die. You're easier to die if you're sleeping when they do it. So he got my chest open, dude. All I feel is pressure. It's killing me. I'm like, yo, knock me out. You know, he's like, I can't. And I said, knock me out before I knock you the fuck out. So I woke up to my whole family there, you know. Jesus my brother's Christ. Like, you told the cardiologist you were going to knock him out. I'm like, I kind of remembered it too. I'm like, I'm sorry,
it just
buddy.
wasn't your time.
No, it wasn't. I don't know what I'm here to do. You know what I mean?
Really start to evaluate.
Yeah. Oh, I did. It's all, and in my book, I'm like about to say what changed me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still me. Like, I still have my flaws, and you know, like everybody does. You know. But I'm not shooting heroin today. You know what I mean? Or fentanyl. You know, which is something that I can proudly say I'm not a dope fiend right now. You know, and I could never say that forever, but I think that's what works. Me not admitting I'm a heroin addict anymore. Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? And I think me saying that out loud to myself really helps. And I believe, like, all
Is that what the past couple times you've relapsed has been? What other substances?
No.
Oh.
It starts off with angel dust usually. You know what I mean? Because I've been going to New York and dusting shit since I was
Well,
first.
that's what I'm saying. Has it been other substances?
Oh, yeah,
And then
yeah,
you
yeah.
get back to fentanyl, or you just haven't done fentanyl since then?
No, I've done fentanyl since then a couple times, you know, but more recent, like I haven't.
Because I haven't. I haven't done it
No.
in almost 6 years.
Well, that's awesome.
I've been sober 5, but
Yeah.
even the times I have relapsed, I don't touch that fucking shit.
Yeah, it'll kill you. It's like
Yeah.
Russian roulette.
That's
you know.
the thing. I see it killing people.
And
I
it
don't
gives
want
you
no part of
all
it.
holes in
And
you.
I
Look at
don't
this
like
hole
it.
in my arm.
I don't-
Still there.
Yeah, it's
fucking
I didn't,
crazy.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
it's not like shooting heroin.
No.
I got out. I did 7 years, and heroin wasn't around anymore. It was before I went away. Heroin was there. Then I got out. It was all fentanyl, and it just wasn't for me. I did it a couple times. Didn't enjoy it. When I did use it, it was meth or shoot coke or smoke crack, but it definitely wasn't touching that shit.
Yeah, it's no good.
But
Well,
so your life now.
my life now.
Well, that
last night I
happened.
went to dinner.
So you we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
You going out to dinner with your family and how great that is.
Well, with Taryn and my daughter and my mother, which is weird because Taryn's clean now too. You know.
Right,
It was
and
like
that's awesome for you.
Yeah.
For your kids.
Yeah,
Your
for my
kids.
daughter. I have 5 children.
How many kids you have with Taryn? Just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Just one. And I have 2 with Jessica, and then I have 1 with this girl Samantha, and 1 with this girl Kristen. My 2 youngest are adopted, but I'm in their life. Like I talk to them.
You're a baby daddy for real.
Huh?
You're a baby daddy for real.
Yeah.
For real. But you survived
Yeah.
a lot throughout addiction, and there's so many ways that addiction can kill you. You know.
Oh, yeah.
But alcoholism, robbing drug dealers. Look at Joe Donahue, R.I.P. Joe Donahue. We still don't even know the whole situation with that.
I know. It's crazy.
Overdosing, driving drunk. My cousin Michael Murphy, driving home, friggin' drunk, driving to Wilmington. He got fucking annihilated on 93.
Oh man.
You know, there's just so many ways that this drug can kill you, and it has killed now. Just fentanyl has killed more people than that have died in all the wars combined since World War II.
Killed all my friends. You know what I mean? In
think
one
about
way or
that.
another.
You think about all the Americans that have died in
And that's
battle.
just in South Boston, people. You know what I mean? That I grew up with. 80% of them are gone.
Right.
You know?
And it's the same. Charlestown isn't any different.
Yeah.
So let us know about your life today.
My life today, I'm in a sober house in Everett. My friend Leo runs it, and it's called Out of the Shadows. It's actually a great sober house. He's got 4 houses. But me and Leo are really good friends. Kind of grew up together in jail, and not in jail. He lived with me. But I don't know. Everything is just going into place. I kind of like slowed down on the book a little bit because I missed like 2 bids. You know, I forgot
It's
about
hard.
it. And then I grew up
It's very hard
to think back.
I've gone on quite a few podcasts, and I have to pick and choose when I'm asked about my story, what I'm going to tell, because I can't tell my whole story.
Yeah.
I can't. It was 25, almost 30 years of carnage, of use. You can't, and I could never remember my whole story. There's so many things that people point out to me that I've done. You just pointed out to me something I did that I don't remember.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that do that. Things that to a normal person is not normal. Do you know what I mean? But to me, is just so. To us, is just normal behaviors. Me seeing you on Mass Ave saying, "Yeah, hold my chain."
Yeah.
I'm going to bust this kid up, and I guess I did, because it's not the only time it ever happened, because that was life in addiction. But that's not life today. You know what I mean?
No. Well, since what changed me the most, losing the mother of my 2 oldest children. I was actually living on Mass Ave, and I got a 3rd-degree burn. I flipped over a candle, because it was a winter time, and that's what I was doing, just down there selling drugs, being a drug addict. And the nurse used to come out because I wouldn't go to the hospital, you know. And I'm like, I don't even care if they take my leg, I'm not going, you know. And then she came out with some paperwork she had printed out that it burned. Like, she's like, you're not gonna lose your leg, like you're gonna die. You know what I mean? It's like the worst thing for your system, you know. And I went to the hospital. They immediately put me in surgery, and I had to get a skin graft. And then I found out that Jessica died. And
What, in the hospital?
yeah, and I left AMA and went on that was the last really bad run that I went on. And I don't know, my son found her. Yeah, miss him.
Yeah,
But
it sucks. It sucks knowing that these people we care about,
yeah,
people
that
we really
you
care
can't
about,
get
that-
somebody to stop. You know what I mean? If I could, like, everybody would be sober.
I went through it.
I try.
I went through it with my sister, knowing that I was gonna get that call. She just did not want to stop. I didn't know how to stop. It was like she didn't understand drugs like I did. She didn't understand this disease. She was new to it, and she was just gonna keep going. And just the thought that I'm never gonna see her again is, I have to keep that thought out of my head.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
I
even
try
really
to
let
do
it
too.
enter because my sister was she was
I didn't even know
she
that.
was the coolest.
So early when you said
Yeah, my sister was really, she was just awesome, and yeah, she's gone, and my niece is gone. There's just so many people gone to this disease,
that. Right.
and it just makes you hate it. I hate it, and then people still, it is every time you go on social media, someone else's, and you're just like, why are people still, after seeing all this, still fucking using it? I can't understand. And that is part of the reason that I do this, because I want to educate people that haven't fucking touched drugs yet, that are on the fence, that
Your life
whatever,
is going to be ruined.
you're still using, you don't know what you want to do. I've had one person reach out and say, you know, I left the program, I didn't know what I was going to do. Then I watched your podcast, and then I decided I was going to go back into treatment. And that's the one thing I set out to do, is just at least one person, if I could help.
Yeah, no, you help them more than that.
That's
buddy.
everything. And I just want to continue to inform people that it's not the way to go. You know what I mean? You might live, you might go as hard as me. There's not many people out there that do. You know, I have the experiences out there that you don't want to go through. And my friend Brian has bad experiences that you don't want to go through.
Yeah.
Trust and believe us. And you know what? We made decisions that we don't want to live like that anymore. And we're both very lucky to be alive. We are two of very
Absolutely.
lucky fucking people.
Yeah, to say the least.
And you know, that's why I wanted to bring him on. He's a good man. He's writing a book. Hopefully it gets published. If it does, trust me, I will post it all over my social media. So this is my friend Soupy. You heard it from him.
What's your name, Chad?
Huh?
Free Chad, I was going to say.
Chad Connors.
Free Chad Connors, also.
Free Chad Connors. And just a shout out to all the guys out there struggling that don't belong where they are. They're in situations that they can't get out of, and women out there in situations they can't get out of, with controlling men and pieces of shit out there. And of course, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
Yes,
What an
rest
awful
in
thing.
peace.
Awful thing that
And
happened.
that girl on the train also.
To a good man, the Ukrainian girl too. Bad things happen in the world. All right, thank you. Make sure you smash that like button. Please comment if you can.
Comment and like, please, for my buddy.
And subscribe if you haven't. These are the videos I care about. I don't care about Instagram. I don't care about Facebook. These podcast videos I put out are the only videos I care about engagement on. I'm not asking anybody to engage in anything else. I put out one video a week tops, and I'll send it to people. I'm not sending any other videos to people. That's it. One video a week. It's 10 seconds, 15 seconds tops. Please engage. I need, this is my job. This is what I put all my time and effort towards. I don't have another job. I'm disabled. I'm not going to get into why I can't work and all that. I think I have before.
Same here. I'm on disability myself.
But trust me, I can't work. I'm in a lot of pain. But this is my job. So that's why I really put pressure on people. And I'm sorry if I put a lot of pressure on, but that's why I do. So please like, comment,
Like
do what
and
you gotta
comment,
do.
everybody.
All right. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Thank you, everybody.
Hard time, real talk.